Hello everyone, welcome back to your own mathematics channel asm.geniusjunction. I'm Abhishek Sharma sir, your mathematics mentor. In today's video, we are going to cover additional mathematics 0606 unit 1 functions. This is your video number 1 and the topics which will be covered in this video are mapping diagrams of the functions, one-one mapping, many-one mapping, and one-to-many mapping. So without wasting time, let's start. So first of all, we will try to understand the meaning of this word mapping. Mapping is a rule which helps us to connect the set of input values with the set of output values. There are different types of mappings. So first of all, we will discuss about one-one mapping. One-one mapping. Let's take an example of x-axis and y-axis where a line is drawn. Okay, we know that a line is consists of infinite points on it. One-one mapping says that for a given input value of x, should be a unique output value for a y, right? So we can see that on a line, there is always a unique input value of x for which there is a unique output value of y. So such type of mappings are considered as one-one mapping. In the many-one mapping, you can see that there are two input values of x. And for these two input values of x, the graph is having the single output value on y-axis. So such types of mappings where two input values to give single output values, that means more input values are connected to the single output values. Such types of mappings are considered as many-one mappings. Taking the example further, one-to-many mappings, right? So here you can see in this diagram the parabolic curve which is opening towards the positive direction of x-axis. If I take this value of a, then for this particular value of a, there are two possible values of y. One is plus b and the other is minus b. So here I can say that for the given one input value, there are two possible output values. Such type of mappings are called one-to-many mappings. Here you can see that one-one mapping and many-one mapping are categorized in the same color, whereas one-to-many mapping is categorized in a different color. We will understand why there is a difference of colors in between these three in the next videos. Okay, so let's start to further enhance our understanding regarding this one-one mapping. So here we are having three examples in front of us. The first one where x is mapped as x plus 1, right? So the input value is 1 and the rule for mapping is x plus 1. So this 1 becomes 1 plus 1 gives you 2. This is your input value 7. When you add 1 to it, you get 8. This is minus 11. According to this rule, you will get minus 10 and 12. The input value, when you will follow this rule, you are going to get 13. So here we can see each input value is connected to a unique output value. Such type of mappings are considered as one-one mapping. Let's move on to understand many-to-one mapping. In many-to-one mapping, here you can see the mapping rule is stated as x is mapped as x square plus 5. According to this rule, if I take input value as minus 7, so we know that minus 7 square plus 5 will give me 54. So minus 7 is connected to 54. Similarly, if I take the square of 2, it becomes 4. If I add 5, it becomes 9. Similarly, minus 2 will also connect to the same output value of 9. It means that now two input values are connected to the single output value under this rule of mapping, right? You can take one more example, that 3 and minus 3, both of them will give you the final answer as 14 according to this rule. So we can say that this particular mapping is representing many to one case where two or more than two values are connected to the single output value, right? Now we will understand one to many mapping. So x is mapped as root x. According to this rule, which is stated here, if I take the input value as 49, then root of 49 gives me two output values, that is plus 7 as well as minus 7. Similarly, if I take 16 as the input value, then there will be again two output values, that is plus 4 and minus 4. This means that in this particular mapping, for given input value, there are two possible output values. Such type of mappings are considered as one to many mapping. Okay, I hope you are able to understand one mapping, many one mapping, and one to many mapping. So let's continue with the practice of questions. So here it is, practice questions. In this particular question, we need to determine whether each of these mappings is one mapping, many one mapping, or one to many mappings. So let's start. Yes, so to understand the mapping x mapped to x cube, where x is belongs to real numbers. In this particular mapping, we can see for any input value of x, what are the possible output values of the given mapping. So let's take 1. So if I take input value as 1, I will get 1 as the final answer. If I put minus 1, I will get minus 1. If I get put 2, I will get 8. For minus 2, I will get minus 8. For 3, I will get 27, and for minus 3, I will get minus 27, and so on. So here I can see for each unique input value, there is a unique output value, right? So we can say, therefore, the mapping x mapped as x cube is 1 mapping. Okay, so this is representing 1 mapping. In the same way, we will continue with the solution part of second question of this video. So in second question, we are having x mapped as 2 raised to the power x. So x is mapped as 2 raised to the power x. I will take the input values of x and let's see what are the possible output values. So first of all, I will write x with power value as 0. So 2 raised to the power 0 will give you 1. If I write x is equals to 1, I will get 2. If I write minus 1, I will get 1 upon 2. If I write plus 2, it becomes 4. If I write minus 2, it becomes 1 upon 4. If I write 3, it becomes 8. And suppose if I write minus 3, then becomes minus 1 over 8, and so on. So it means that again, unique input values gives unique output values. Okay, so we can say that therefore x mapped as 2 raised to the power x is 1 1 mapping. Okay, so this is also representing 1 1 mapping. Let's move on to next question to understand furthermore. Yes, so here we can see in the next question we are having x mapped as 12 over x, and x belongs to real number. Okay, so again if I take the input values of x and for different input values of x, let's see what are the possible output values of the given mapping. So if I take x is equals to -1, it becomes -12. For 1, it becomes 12. For -2, it becomes -6. For +2, it becomes 6. For 3, it becomes 4. And for -3, it becomes -4, and so on. So here we can see that for given input value, let's say f of a, so here we can see that for unique input value, there is a unique output value for the given expression. So I will write that x mapped as 12 over x represents 1 1 mapping. Okay, so we can see that consecutively 3 questions were there and all of them were representing 1 1 mapping. Let's see what type of mapping is predicted by this particular expression, right? Okay, so x is mapped as x square plus 1. Let's take the input values of x and try to figure out what are the possible output values. So I will write 0 first of all. I will get 1. If I write -1, I will get 2. If I write +1, I will get 2. If I write -2, then -2 square will become 4. 4 plus 1 gives you 5. If I write +2, again I will get 5, and so on. So I can see for two input values, the output value is same. So this particular mapping is representing many to 1 mapping, right? Okay, I hope you are able to understand the concept of mapping, and the questions which we have done will help you to understand the concept in detail. A few of the times students normally ask us that what is the use of this simple concept of mapping in the real life. So here you can see that if you know the concept of mapping, it can be utilized in the field of data integration system, in the field of digital logics, right, in the field of daily life choices, in the field of computer science and securities, and in the field of prediction and modeling. There are many other fields apart from these fields which are mentioned on the screen. So this topic is really very important from all the practical applications point of view as well. Okay, so practice these questions and we will continue with the mathematical concepts of this particular unit in the next video. In the next video, we are going to cover the topic definition of a function, one function, many one function, domain of a function, and range of a function. Thank you for watching this video. Have a very good day.